now we look at the features of efficient markets. So stock markets that are efficient or semi-efficient are therefore markets in which the prices bought and sold reflect all relevant information available to the buyer and seller, and share price change quickly to reflect all the information about the project. So the share price movement captures all the available information. No individual person can dominate the market. Transaction costs of buying and selling are not very high, so that people are encouraged in trading the shares. Investors are assumed to be rational in nature, so they are able to value the share in a very perfect and logical way. There are low or no cost of acquiring information. So only when these assumptions are holding true, then the efficient market hypothesis works. Okay. So if any of these are not going to be there, then the market can be inefficient in nature. So we'll see the impact of efficiency on share prices. If the stock market is efficient, share prices should vary in a rational way. If a company makes an investment with net positive NPV, okay, then the market will understand that it's really good for the shareholders, and the share price will increase. If a company makes a bad investment, okay, even before the investment is like materialized or it's like accepted by the company, the share price will collapse. So assume that a company wants to buy another company, which is like poorly performing, and the market senses this is a very bad deal, then the share price will immediately fall. There is no point, for example, in trying to identify a correct date when shares should be issued. So whenever the company is trying to issue shares, they don't need to worry about the timing, the date or anything like that, because if it's a really good share, there are investors who know its real worth and they will come and buy the shares. If the company is not a good company, so whatever time we sell the share, still we can't make money. The market will identify any other attempt to window dress. So if a company is trying to manipulate or cheat, the market will understand it. If the company is looking to expand, the directors will be wasting their time if they are trying to find out target companies whose shares are undervalued. For example, you run a company, your company is trying to buy another company, you feel that the other company share price should trade at 10, but it's trading at 20. So that is the reason why the other company's shares are traded at 20, because the company might be poorly performing, or the assets might be outdated, or the assets might be depreciated, or the employees are so totally demotivated. There is some reason why 100 rupees worth of company, which you feel is 100, is trading at 20. So the market actually has a higher amount of knowledge than we do. So you should not buy the company's share at 20 and believe that it can be traded at 100. This will not happen. The share will only trade at 20. So hence there is nothing which is called as undervalued. So we'll come to the summary of EMH. If the weak form of the market is correct, then doing technical analysis is waste of time. If semi-strong form is correct, then doing fundamental analysis is waste of time. If strong form is correct, okay, then insider information is also just waste. But in reality, the weak form and strong form are we have evidence that weak and semi-strong form are existing, but strong form is not at all existing. Okay, so that's how researchers have found. So it's waste of time to do technical, it's waste of time to do fundamental, but it's not waste of time to get inside information. You can get information and you can make money. It is unlikely that any system of analysis could consistently and significantly beat the market over the long run. Okay, so whatever methodology you have, you still can't make money in the longer period of time. So we'll move on to the quiz. This question was asked in September 16 specimen exam. Gurdeep plots the historic movements of share price and uses this analysis to make her investment decisions. To what extent does Gurdeep believe markets to be efficient? Okay, so she's trying to use historical price movements and she wants to make money. So which of this she is trying to believe in? Okay, she is not at all believing in efficient markets. She believes that the market is not at all efficient. That's why she is trying to make money in the stock market. So A is the answer. So this question has been occurred in the past exams in terms of December 2015 or in June 2014. So you can go through these questions and you can find out like how ACCA is trying to ask questions in EMH. So thank you very much for watching this video. We'll meet in the next video.
You can reach me at my website wowacademics.com, or you can also see my Quora answers. I am active in LinkedIn and in Facebook page, so you can visit at these places. If you just type Shyam Prasad and Wow Academics, you will get all these links in Google search itself. And if you like this video, give a like, share to your friends, and if you feel that any points we have missed in this video, you can post it. We will try to give an answer to you in the comment section itself, or we'll also create another video for you. So thank you for watching our video.